Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. It is Tuesday, and that means we have the one and only Matt, the lumberjack landlord. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing awesome, Mike. I think the first two are a lot of fun. This one I expect to be the same.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, so you've probably heard me talk about the best real estate investors in the country. It's a hedge fund. If I were to tell you or ask you who's the best real estate investors in the country, who would you say?
BlackRock.
I'd say Blackstone.
Blackstone, sorry.
Blackstone.
I always get the two confused.
Yeah. But BlackRock is the biggest money manager. Blackstone is the best real estate investors.
Jackasses. Had to make the name so close because they're snazzy.
Yeah, snazzy like that. So yeah, I think Blackstone is the best real estate investors in the country and probably in the world. The reason I ask you that is you've also probably heard me pontificate about commercial, bridge debt, value add, all of these idiots doing syndications today at the top of the market with the lowest cap rates. They're going to go bust. So I just found an article yesterday where Blackstone, the best real estate investors in the country, if not the world, have decided that one of their office buildings should just be given back to the lenders because it's not operating. Not that they don't have the money, but given these loan structure, they're like, nope, you can have the building, right? Because one of the things you sign these big deals is if you can't or don't want to pay it, reset, you just give them the keys. So I wanted to bring up the article just so people don't think I'm making this stuff up, because if somebody were to tell me that Blackstone was doing that, I wouldn't believe you. So
was this the Pinterest building?
That's inside joke. They Pinterest like 2 years ago. What, they cut a check for like $20 million to get out of the lease?
85 million to get out of their lease.
Yeah. So here's the deal. Blackstone bought this building, 1740 Broadway.
Okay. So New York.
It's in New York. Yep.
Yep.
So there it is. Yeah, what do I know? It looks like a nice building.
Nice building.
They have a $308 million loan on it. Okay. Watch this. So they paid. So it's with Deutsche Bank, basically originated in 15. Right. So
Deutsche Bank, honest to goodness with these guys.
Yeah. So it's 7 years old, right? So they bought it. Yeah, so again, Broadway, 55th and 56, blah, blah, blah. Basically a bunch of servicers. I'm just trying to get down to what they paid for it. Here it is.
605.
Blackstone bought the building for 605. They have a loan of 320. They're walking from the building. Wow. They're the best real estate investors out there. Why are they doing that? Well, because basically the people, well, first off, it doesn't meet their criteria. They're not really office providers. It's only 20% of their portfolio. But basically the tenants in there didn't renew. And now they have to do all these updates. Let's see where there was. It talks about
those dummies should have used the binder strategy.
Yeah. Yeah. So here it is. Blackstone acquired the building for 605. The leases were below market at the time. And again, this is 15, remember, or 14, I guess. There was market rent, no obvious reason in sight for the two tenants. I guess it was two tenants that owned it, to renew that they would not renew their leases. But in 2019, they didn't renew. So basically the building is empty and they don't want to take on the refurbishment and all of those things. So, and the reason I bring this up again is because Blackstone is the best. They have clearly done it's not like Blackstone doesn't have the money, right? They have the money. They've just realized that instead of spending, I don't know, call it 100 million to refurbish, they just rather hand it back. Now, the reason I bring this up is there are hundreds, if not thousands of syndicators doing deals today at the peak of the market, not 15 like Blackstone, peak of the market, that are value add with horrible bridge debt, that at some point the bridge debt's going to reset and they're going to have a choice. They're going to have to give the building to the lender or have a capital call. Most of them are going to give the building back because the investors will be scared. The LPs will lose everything. And This is what's coming. Again, if Blackstone is making the financial decision to walk from a building where they had 60% LTV, that just tells you the pain that could come. Now, this is office, probably the most impacted sector, but you get into an environment where rents go flat, vacancies go up, evictions go up, because again, we're going to have a year to year and a half of stagflation. Ultimately, the Fed's going to cause a nasty recession. People are going to lose jobs. Unemployment's going to go up. If you own one of these offices, or I'm sorry, apartments, you could be in real trouble if the debt resets at the wrong time, which a lot of you have debt that will reset at the wrong time. That's why I spent a lot of time putting 30-year money on my apartments, because I didn't want to have that risk. So does any of this shock you, surprise you?
I have 3 really good jokes. It's really too bad you don't edit, because all 3 of them are really good. One is they probably could just have done the binder strategy and done okay.
Yeah.
2 is it's too bad they didn't take your course, because they were learning about sub 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Could have been something there. And then the third thing is I understand the lack of friction in handing the building back. I get it, right?
Yeah.
But really, is that really what's best? I mean, maybe you need the $300 million write-off, but
Maybe.
Seriously, like, is that really the best? Like, I get that that's the easiest, but are you trying to tell me that there's nowhere in the city, right, where this is, even if this is B-class space, that you can find somebody looking for a deal on 26 levels or 10 levels or whatever?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Those are all the things that kind of run through my mind. What does, I mean, obviously, right, is they're far more educated than I am. And so they believe, maybe they don't have the arm of the business to do it, but they believe that the smartest and best use of their money is to walk away. That's what they believe.
And that's the key to this is, first and foremost, again, I do believe Blackstone are the best of the best. So I'm going to assume they did all those cost benefits. What is magical about this decision is they weren't anchored to the sunk cost.
Right.
They're like, that money's gone. It's like that 300's gone. Doesn't it? A lot of you invest 30 grand or 100 grand or $1 million, or dare I say 300 million bucks. You're going to be anchored that decision, and you will throw good money after bad.
Right.
Blackstone is removed from that decision. They're worried about the next 100 million. And I'm just making that number up. And they're saying, nope, the best use of that 100 million is not on that property. Give it back to the bank. That takes a lot of cojones and a backbone to do that. Right. I mean, I don't know that I could do that, but that's why they're the best. And I clearly am not.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I think we're in a different position because we care about our relationships. And when you're the biggest and when you're the best, everybody's always clamoring, like, if you smack them in the face and punch them in the nose and stomp on their foot.
Yeah.
I'm still Blackstone.
Yeah. I still get the cheapest ass money in the world.
Like whatever. And so I think that that's really the problem, right? Is that for you and for me, it's a different decision because it's our reputation, which we care about. It's our relationships, which we care about. It's our network being our net worth, which is what we care about. And it's our word, and these guys are what they are. They're Blackstone, they're stone cold killers, and they're going to always do what's best for them, F everybody else. And that's fine. Yeah. But for me, my life is different. And so for me, I know that in 07 and 08, when I was having, I went from in August of 08, I had 8 paying tenants. In September of 08, I had 3 paying tenants. In October of 08, I had 1 paying tenant. Oh, that's what happened in the crash to me. And you know what I did? I didn't even so much as have a late payment to the bank. I was on the phone with them. I let them know exactly what happened. They're like, yeah, join the other billion people that are calling us. Cool. I'm just making sure, you can mark my account. It's going to be paid every single month. And that's what it was. And so for that, the funny thing is that it's not like that net me anything with them, but it net me something with other people that I was doing business with, other people that saw how I did business. They could have confidence I would treat them the same way. Eventually, you're not the smartest guy in the room. Eventually, you're not the biggest guy in the room. Eventually. And then that ends up costing you. So how likely is Deutsche going to take their next deal?
Yeah, I think Deutsche will feel burned, but then to your point, right? Blackstone has Citi and all these other folks. But
Exactly.
yeah, it's
The number, so importance of network, right?
Yeah, of
You
course,
have all
yeah.
these other banks, right? But that bridge at Deutsche, is it even still burned? Maybe, maybe not, because again, you're
Yeah.
still dealing with Blackstone.
Yeah, they probably have other monies with them, and again, this is, I promise you, this was not a overnight decision. They've been communicating. Deutsche is not surprised. I'm sure there was plenty of communication. To me, it's not about Blackstone here making it. It's about the pain coming to commercial.
In the market, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for
Banks are going to call loans, and given the structure, one of the answers is giving it back. And
Mhm.
I believe there are going to be plenty of apartments that are given back because they overpaid. They didn't have enough reserves. Their LPs don't want to cut another check.
Mhm.
And it's what I told you was coming. It's almost like I predicted it. So
Yeah.
pretty cool stuff. Where can people find you?
Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube and Lumberjack Landlord on Instagram, and my 11:30 a.m. Eastern time live stream. And we actually have a fun live stream this week. We're going to actually be live streaming with my plumber.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go. Got your plumbing questions ready. Again, what time is it?
The 11:30 a.m. Eastern time is on Sunday. That's the live stream. The recording for the plumbing interview will be sometime Friday, so people can. We'll cover a bunch of topics. They'll be able to ask a bunch of questions, and then we'll have him on again, and he'll answer all those questions.
Awesome. You're so awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Mike.